What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. We're ready to go. It's Tuesday with Ryan and Jay. What's up, Jay?
I got some breaking news, man. Breaking news. I think this will put a smile. Maybe. I don't know. I think this might put a smile on Ryan's face. Not even 2 minutes in the show. Hope you heard the news. Coming back to McDonald's are the wraps. They said you guys have won. They're going to make it a permanent addition to the menu. July 10th. The McWraps are back, man. In ranch and spicy. Only at McDonald's. It's all over. It's all over the internet. People are freaking out. I didn't know if you're a wrap guy or not. Every now and then I used to grab a 1 or 2 of those, 3 or 4, maybe 5.
I mean, they were nice when they're like $1 or whatever. What the fuck they're gonna cost now? $3?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess time will tell. This was the healthy alternative to the Big Mac, right?
Oh, is that so?
I mean, you don't get all that bread.
Maybe.
So that's something.
I suppose. Yeah, you get the tortilla instead. It's not like those buns are massive on the Big Mac or anything either. They're pretty tiny.
Yeah, but they shove another bun in the middle, so it's like you get that third one in there.
They do. But, you could just sub like chicken patties instead of the bun on your Big Mac.
That is true.
You're
looking to eat a healthy alternative at McDonald's.
Yeah, sub it for fried chicken.
I
mean, the wraps are fun.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
I'm like look, for me at McDonald's, I'm a nuggets, fries, double cheeseburger guy.
Keep it simple.
Like, yeah. Like, I mean, I do love a Big Mac, and sometimes I add mac sauce to my double cheeseburgers, to be honest. So I like the Big Mac fine. Quarter pounder with cheese, like it, all that stuff. But for me, usually I'm going to get like a 20-piece nugget, a couple large fries, a drink, and 2 double cheeseburgers. Sometimes add mac sauce. That's like my standard,
I'm a dripping fish man. Yeah. And a double cheeseburger. It's usually what I get.
Get that fillet of fish out of my face. I don't want that thing.
Have you ever had one?
I don't like fish, man. Why do I fucking want a fillet of fish?
Doesn't really taste like fish.
Then why the fuck would you want to eat it?
Because it tastes good.
It tastes like tartar sauce to me because it's dripping.
They got a piece of cheese on it, man.
You're the only person I've ever heard call it a dripping fish, by the way.
That's how you have to order it. Because if not, you might get a worker back there that just gives it one little squirt, and it's not enough. You ask for a dripping, they hold that machine just a little bit longer, so it's like at least it's covered. And if it's too much, you just take a fry and just kind of spread it off, and then you're all good. So I'd rather work with too much than too little. Too little, then there's no point. Too much, it's like, okay, you could spread it around and just kind of fix it yourself. So
a dripping fish.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm good with that. I don't need that. But those little wraps are good though. From a snack on. Have you ever had
Snack wraps.
the snack wraps are good. Have you ever gone to like KFC, the chicken littles that they have, the like mini sandwiches that have like a bunch of different flavors of them?
No.
I think they're called chicken littles. They're relatively small, but it'll be like, buffalo chicken and ranch or a barbecue one, stuff like that. Those are pretty tasty. Those are
Have you
good.
been to the White Castle in Orlando? That big White Castle yet?
No, I haven't. I've never been a massive White Castle guy. Like, I'll eat it if it's fucking late and there's nothing open or whatever. But
Got it.
I'd rather go other places. But
Got it.
I don't typically seek out White Castle.
It's an experience. Usually, you gotta do that with friends. It's not. I don't particularly think White Castle is a drive-through kind of place. It's more like you got a bunch of people and you're like, oh my god, look, the White Castle's there. We're all going inside. You just get a giant tray, all set. Usually, how it goes. Just a bunch of sliders with cheese and just hope for the best.
Onions.
50 of them at least. You got to get 50.
Yeah, I've never been hey, let's all go into White Castle and hang out in the White Castle. Usually it's like hey, somebody grabs like fucking 50 fucking White Castle burgers and brings them someplace and you eat them when you're drunk. Like that's typically my experience.
Hanging out at White Castle is fun, man. All kinds of people show up.
I'm good.
You never
bro.
know. It's your own little adventure that you could have memories for a lifetime.
I'm good. I'm good. I saw somebody bring up Arby's. I love Arby's, man.
I could, yeah. Arby's is top tier. I don't have it as often as I want, but it's really good.
Dude,
Really
simple,
good.
man. Roast beef and cheddar. Beef and cheddar.
Yes, beef and cheddar is the
make that
best.
thing dripping with Arby's sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you need. Because what they put
Yep.
on it is not enough. You need extra. You need extra Arby's sauce. With the curly fries, you can have your
100%.
fucking Jamocha shake, whatever that thing is.
Yes. I get a Jamocha shake. I also get the jalapeno poppers, man.
Yeah,
You never had
jalapeno
those?
poppers are good.
So that's a good mix. Come with the little spicy jam there. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good stuff.
I had such like a. Whenever I think of jalapeno poppers, I think of, because you can like I can make not like fried ones, but jalapenos. You cut them in half. You fucking scrape out the inside. You put like some cream cheese and stuff in there. You wrap it in bacon and then you put it in the oven for a while. Those things are amazing. I fucking love them to the point where I don't chew them enough when I eat them. That's how like quickly I gobble that shit down. But one day,
Yes.
it was a rough. I drank a lot that night, but more importantly, I believe I got a concussion. We were.
Ow.
It was the night of the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather fight, and had a bunch of people over. We were boxing in the backyard as well. We brought over some sparring gear, and people were boxing and shit. So yeah, I took a couple shots there, but it's not when I got concussed. The fight was so fucking boring. We started being like, we should watch wrestling instead. Everybody's fucking drunk. And people start like trying to do wrestling moves on each other and shit. And somebody speared me and hit me pretty good. But unfortunately, my fucking head smacked against like this wrought iron railing. And that's the last thing I remember. That's the last thing I remember until fucking hours later, where I'm like looking in this tub and I've fucking thrown up everywhere. And there's massive chunks of those jalapeno things because I barely chewed them when I ate them. So yeah, it was.
You go to the hospital, man? You didn't any of that stuff?
No. So I thought that I was I thought I was fucking drunk. And I don't really get hungover that way. I don't throw up when I drink. That's not really something that ever happens to me. So I was just like, well, I must have drank way too much. It's because I had a really bad headache, all this shit. And then I still had a headache the next day, and I still had a headache the next day, and I still had a headache the next day. So I'm pretty sure I got concussed with that fucking shot.
Yeah.
But
maybe that's what happened. Listen, before we begin, before like the massive crowds come into the show, I got to go over some theme park news that literally just broke a second ago. If you don't mind. you don't mind. It won't take that long, but we've been following this story. As you know, the Magic Kingdom here in Orlando, Disney has decided that they're going to dump billions of dollars into this park and make changes. People are calling it the Epic Universe effect. And one of the major changes that everybody is hating, including the Disney adults, for some reason, they finally have done something that everyone hates and no one wants them to touch, is that they're going to get rid of the rivers of America. Tom Sawyer's Island, the Liberty Bell, this right here. They're going to bulldoze it, get rid of it, and they're going to replace it with Cars Land. Okay, an IP. So like that Frontier Land is getting changed. They already got rid of Splash Mountain. They changed it for Tiana's Bayou, but they're going to get rid of this is one of like the original things you could still ride. The Liberty Bell, it takes you around Tom Sawyer's Island, and it's actually a nice escape on a hot day or whatever if you just want to just kind of sit and chill and not deal with all the noise. These are some of the pictures. All this stuff is going away. Well, Disney just released the first photos that are coming in, I guess, cartoon form. They just released this saying, this is what it's going to look like. I hope you guys are all going to love it. So right here is Tiana's Bayou, Splash Mountain. You know, this whole area. You can see the little bit of the river here. This is where the Liberty Bell would go around. But I guess they're going to close it all in. And you're going to be able to hop on one of the cars, Piston Pete, and just go around a little dirt track.
It says, welcome to Piston Peak, which is like
Piston
a location,
Peak, yeah.
not the name of a person.
And go around and be in one of the cars. That's going to be the new attraction at Magic Kingdom. So they're going to tear down more of good old Walt Disney's design and put in an IP. There's Thunder Mountain back there. A lot of people are very upset with this. They're just like, if you're going to invest money in your park, why not invest in things to keep them working? Such as Tiana's Bayou, which has a record right now setting that it's closed more times than it's opened. You got Rise of the Resistance, the #1 attraction in all theme parks in the state of Florida, that breaks down. They average about 35 to 40 minutes, breaks down every day. There's also parts of the park that just need repair, upkeep, things like that. Maybe put some time into the park and people will come, but no, they decide that they're just going to destroy something. Rivers of America, a classic that's been there, and put in this Cars Land where I guess you could just ride around Piston Peak, and enjoy some of the park. A lot of people can't believe they're going through with this, but obviously today was the big announcement. It's like, you're going to love it. It's going to look great. And then like over here, if you walk around this way and hang a left, there's Pirates of the Caribbean, just to kind of give you an overview of the map. But it does look like they're going to keep some of the water there on the side. And I don't know. We'll see. Now, Disney's very, very good at giving us concept art and then giving us something that looks absolutely nothing like the concept art. So
there's really not much to see here, I suppose. But
I think the big thing is that they're moving forward with this.
And you know, they have a Cars Land in California.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in Disneyland. I think it's right across the street there, California Adventure, whatever.
I heard that's pretty impressive.
And it's pretty cool. I have been there. I mean, it was like 15 years ago or something, but I have been there and it was pretty cool. But yeah, you're doing this. You're also getting rid of the Muppets show that people are not very happy about at Disney right now.
Yeah, that last day is this week, actually. The last Jim Henson project is being replaced with some weird new monsters thing. They have plenty of space to put that somewhere else, but they decide not to. So that's kind of weird. But hey, I mean, it's Disney, I guess. What do you?
Disney owns a shit ton of land out there.
Yeah,
a shit ton. And I don't know if they don't want to use it, if they're having trouble building on it. I don't know what the problems are, but instead of erasing something like that, let's face it, that section that they're replacing with the Cars ride, probably not the most popular thing there. Probably doesn't move the most amount of boots through there. It probably doesn't. That's not like a massive attraction at this point in time, but it does mean something. It has meaning to people.
Right.
All this Americana stuff that people do. A lot of people, it's not like they might not go there every single time, but they always want to take a trip and, great memories of it and stuff like that. And you're ripping that out to replace it with something that really no one's asking for at this point in time.
Exactly.
So,
and they're also talking about getting rid of the Hall of Presidents, things like that. So that kind of stuff that was in Magic Kingdom. But I want to show you one last thing real quick to show what we're dealing with here, and then we'll get into the topics at hand. This is the brand new, we talked about this on Park Hoppin', the brand new adult only lounge that they just built at Epcot, where, Ryan, you could pay $200+ to sit here in these chairs during the fireworks show. Special reservation, $178. You get a little bit of champagne, a glass of champagne, and some snacks, and you can sit at those chairs and watch the fireworks. Now, this isn't open to the general public. They let some of the vloggers in, and vloggers immediately have posted pictures. I mean, it's just kind of boring, like go through the lounge. But I want to show you one where they were saying, like, this is the Disney magic right here. They're saying it looks like they didn't really take much time in a brand new facility. They couldn't even paint like the sockets right. It's like just like a rush job, it looks like crap. This is not like the Disney that we've grown up to love, where they've taken time and theming is everything. They just decided to like slop it all together and then charge people at $200 to sit in those chairs to watch the fireworks. So maybe they're just like, well, they're going to get dirty anyway. Why take the time? And, I mean, you can still see the paint. I don't know if you can see if it's coming through, but
you can see it. Like it clearly looks like they didn't actually take off the outlet cover. And you can still see the lighter color paint underneath there. Yeah.
So yeah, brand new expensive lounge. It's only for adults though. This is a lounge, which is kind of weird to say for a Disney product, where it's like no one under the age of 21 is allowed. So to go into the lounge, and you have to make reservations, things like that. So it's basically a giant bar with a viewing of the fireworks. So pretty much it. But yeah, this is what they're doing over there.
Cool. When it said adults only, I thought it was gonna be some sex club or some shit. I didn't know it was just a bar. There you have it.
Maybe that's coming in a few years when they run out of ideas and overcharge people for stuff. So who knows? But come on, man. At least they could have taken the time to at least paint the thing, up to the standards that they used to have. When it comes to theme parks, theming is everything, and taking the time as what we saw at Epic Universe. So
Hayden Wayne for $50 in Vegas a few years ago. Me, ABF, Chrissy Mayer, Chris Gore, Gary, Melissa Exergo, and a bunch of people went to Fremont Street in Vegas, spent the night at a bar after Chrissy's show, then ended up capping the night off, packing out a White Castle. I do think there is a White Castle. Is there a White Castle right on Fremont Street? There might be.
I don't remember.
But yeah, that's about the only time I could imagine finding myself at a White Castle with other people involved. Thank you, Hayden, for the $50. Shout out. Alex McCarthy, Tuesday, Meta PC, enter code RK Outpost or Drunk 3PO. Thank you very much. Go check out Meta PCs. Go check out Meta PCs. Link is in the description. Graham Robbins, 10 gifted memberships. That's $50 from Graham Robbins. Thank you for the gifted memberships, Graham. Pink G. No profile picture, just a pink G for Graham. Magma Norris, of course, a black woman's Jesus. How many expletives will she say during the whole, nailing process? You'll have to find out, I guess. Go to the Hollywood Bowl and find out. We're going to talk about Cynthia Erivo, Black Jesus, here soon. Magnum Norris. Ryan don't like fish. He should move out of Florida or just send me all the fried grouper. The latter is better. I ain't sending you shit. Like, what the fuck would that do? Buy some fried grouper and send it to you. It'd take you 3 days to get there. And it'd be bad, Magnum Norse. Shockingly, they don't just have fish here in Florida. Everything else. Dr. Manzer. Jay, I almost did the 500, but I want to throw a monkey wrench in your plans. I'm looking forward to the Goonies.
Throwing a $500 super chat at me will never, ever throw a monkey wrench into any one of my plans. You have the green light, sir, on the Drunk 3PO channel. I love the chaos. Bring it anytime.
There you go.
You have my permission to super chat me $500 anytime.
Blue Shell draw 4 for 5. KFC's bringing back potato wedges in limited restaurants for only 2 weeks. Should be a crime, to be honest. I was never a big fan of the KFC potato wedges. Give me fries.
I don't remember them too much.
Give me fries.
Yeah.
Potato wedges are fine. I mean, potatoes in almost any form are fine. But I'd like a fry rather than a wedge. Dark Knight Rider White Castle fries come in one size. Beastie Boys. Thanks, Dark Knight Rider. Foxwolf, it's not a Ryan and Jay show if there's not food talk.
Hey, sorry. It's a big part of my life.
Siphon, Del Taco is king, followed by In-N-Out and Jack in the Box. I hate that Minnesota doesn't have any of those. Hail to 199. I love Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is basically like going through a drive-through buffet. It's like going through a drive-through Golden Corral because the menu is massive. They have like everything you can imagine. All of it's kind of shit, but you can get so many different things.
The $2 tacos, man.
Yeah. Or the box of the little tacos.
Yeah.
You had those? Those are fucking good. Dude, just the bacon breakfast Jack. I cannot tell you how many of those I ate. Because there was a Jack in the Box right on my way to work when I was in San Diego. And I stopped there almost every morning. And I get a handful of bacon breakfast Jacks, which are it's just bacon, egg, and cheese on like, it's not even on like a special bread or anything like you would expect for a breakfast sandwich. It's not a biscuit. It's not nothing like that. It's just a hamburger bun, like a plain ass hamburger bun. Like put a little hot sauce on that thing. I can eat it up. Candy, today's my birthday. Here's a super chat to Griff for birthday wishes. Happy birthday, Candy T. Happy birthday to you. That's awesome.
Happy. Candy with an I.
Candy T. With an I. Magnum Norse, Ryan sharing his adventures in Homeland. I don't think so, but Tobias for 5. Go to a doctor. Is Ryan rich enough to afford a doctor in the U.S.? Just take some pain pills and sleep it off. That fixes it usually anyway. Tobias, I imagine the only concussions you had are from like really rough sex acts with other degenerate furry freaks. And usually you get the cushion from wearing your fucking thing around. You don't get banged in the, like when you're getting bent over and shit, your head isn't plowing into the headboard because you got your thing on. You got the protection.
Good Lord. Guys, look what I got from Universal last night. Holy crap, I can't get a visual of that freaking furry sex in my brain. Look at that. Jaws 50th anniversary. It's a sipper cup with a, just like the film. You can fill it up with water. There you go. Very practical on those hot days, Ryan.
It's true. But no, I mean, I didn't need to go to the doctor. What do I need to go to? Because I fucking hit my head hard. Like, I was fine. Vladislav Gorbanov.
Russian.
Hey guys, where are my nickels at? I don't got nickels.
I ain't got no dimes either, buddy.
Jay, would you rather Shooty Gatwa or Cynthia Erivo?
Can I think about it?
I mean, one is a dude.
Yeah.
And one is technically a woman.
Are you sure the other one isn't a dude?
I mean, not as sure as I would be about most people, but I'm more sure that she's a woman than the knowledge that Shooty Gatwa was a man. Like,
I don't
want to do either.
Yeah. How about no? I think the Black Jesus woman would kill me with her claws.
Yeah, they probably smell like shit from when she has to wipe her ass. But speaking of ass, we might as well talk about Cynthia Erivo. All right. Jay, a few months ago, the internet kind of went crazy following the announcement that Cynthia Erivo, who obviously probably most well known for starring in Wicked, is going to play Jesus. A black, queer, bald woman is set to play Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. And obviously, this was met with a significant amount of backlash and people saying, what the fuck is this and why? I do think there's probably a lot of people who are unfamiliar with what Jesus Christ Superstar is who are involved in some of this backlash because, quite frankly, yeah, is it ridiculous? Is it heretical? Is it insane and intentionally divisive to cast a black gay woman as Jesus Christ? Of course it is. But that's actually what the musical is all about. This musical is a complete misrepresentation of Jesus. Yeah. It's shown from the perspective, and you're supposed to empathize and like Judas in the entire thing. It's been criticized for half a century at this point for those reasons. So I suppose a heretical play, you might as well do something like this anyway. But significant amount of backlash. Cynthia Erivo's responding. Wicked star Cynthia Erivo fires back at MAGA hate for playing Jesus. Elon Musk helped stoke the controversy over Cynthia Erivo's casting in Jesus Christ Superstar. Wicked star Cynthia Erivo has some thoughts about the MAGA outrage fueled by Elon Musk over her casting as Christ in the Hollywood Bowl's production of Jesus Christ Superstar. You can't please everybody, the Tony Grammy and Emmy Award winner told Billboard in a new interview. It is legitimately a 3-day performance of the Hollywood Bowl where I get to sing my face off. So hopefully they'll come and realize, oh, it's a musical, the gayest place on earth. The show will run August 1st through the 3rd. Yeah, you can't please everybody. I mean, obviously we knew that some people, nobody is pleased by a casting like this other than woke lunatics, right?
I love the MAGA outrage. Is that going to be the new Hollywood term? You know? Why did your movie do so poorly at the box office? It was the MAGA outrage fueled by Elon Musk. I can see that now. That's being passed around on all the cue cards, talking points. Make sure when something bombs or fails, you call it the MAGA outrage. That's what we're going to do from now on. So everybody got that? Good. You got it? Good. Okay. Good. Pedro Pascal, you got it? All right. MAGA outrage. That's the new. Okay. Make sure we get that hashtag going. It'll work out. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And she told Billboard, critics with similar complaints flooded Variety's social media posts, announcing the casting with one user in the replies calling Erivo playing Christ anti-Christian bigotry by Hollywood. But Erivo told Billboard, why not? The more yourself you are, the more you are in front of people who don't necessarily understand. The better understanding starts to happen.
The truth of the matter is, Jesus Christ Superstar isn't quite, like Ryan said earlier, the best representation of Jesus in the Bible.
It is.
It's like no matter who played Jesus in that play, it's not the Jesus represented in the Bible. It's a blasphemy. I guess that's what we'd say.
It is, and it was always meant to be provocative and critical and to piss people off. That's the point of it. I don't think a lot of people who are talking about this are actually familiar with that fact. You could cast a dude who looks exactly like whatever you think Jesus looks like, and this play is heretical. That's what it is. It's intended to misrepresent Jesus and make you feel empathy for Judas.
Yes.
That's the point of it, if you're not aware. But they knew this is going to piss people off. That's why the play exists. That's why you cast a black queer woman to play the role of Jesus. John Legend played Jesus a couple years ago. Cynthia Erivo herself did an album of Jesus Christ Superstar that was like I think she played Mary Magdalene in it, but it was an all-female album for it. So they have done things with this before. They will continue to do this. There is a point, however, and this doesn't just apply to this casting. It applies to this musical in general. It is okay to attack Christianity in the entertainment space.
Always has been.
I don't care if it's 1971 when this was thought of. I don't care if it's present day. There wouldn't be a Muhammad superstar from Hollywood. Mostly or mainly, I can't figure out what I want to say. Mainly because they don't want to be beheaded. They don't want their families to be blown up, right? Those are the reasons. But Christianity, most of them are going to turn the other cheek and maybe not kill you for the things that you say, even if they're really pissed off with it. But yeah, that's what this is. It's going to be a nightmare. They knew exactly what they were doing with this casting.
Absolutely. Good luck. Have fun. Go sing your heart out. Go. I'm curious to see who's going to show up. What the audience will look like. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of blue-haired people, maybe people that aren't really physically fit.
It's at the Hollywood Bowl, you know. Like,
yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Adam Lambert, that queer is going to be Judas.
Why not?
So it is going to be like the gayest place on earth potentially.
Yeah. If Bella Ramsey's not in it, I'm not going.
Who's she going to play?
I don't know.
Pontius Pilate.
Yeah. Peter try to walk on water. Can't you see that underbite lip going, I'm falling in the water? Sorry.
I don't know the man. Maybe.
Oh. I'm all for it.
You're all for it, huh? Yeah, I don't think it's going to win over too many hearts by her being herself.
Yeah.
You can be yourself. You're not fucking Jesus. Like, what are we talking about here? Over on the Rumble side, Switzerland Play It with the raid when we first started off. Thanks, Switzerland Play It. And then B. Barrett, I could think of 45 or 47 reasons why Disney would get rid of the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah. The funny thing about the Hall of Presidents was when the first Trump and Hillary election, they had it was very obvious that they clearly had Hillary's animatronic made and ready to go. And when it had to be switched, when you watch Trump talking, like if you stare at the face, you're like, yeah, they just did some reshaping, you know? And then the Joe Biden one, they used a speech from him from like way back. Like
the 80s?
Yeah, it's an older one. Yeah,
they should have done the one where he's like referring to black people as violent animals or something.
I wish they.
That's the one they should have put for Joe Biden.
I wish they had done. I got hairy legs, and they used to rub my hair on the legs. That would have been a great speech for the Hall of Presidents. You know, after the
nice
Abraham
thing is when
Lincoln
the Joe
speech.
Biden one glitches out, Jay. No one really knows that it's like a mistake. They just think it's like an accurate representation.
That would be great.
Doug May for 199. Jay, did you get any good barbecue?
On one of that Friday night, yeah, a lot of us went out. Someone picked a place. We all met everybody there. I thought it was fantastic, man. Got brisket, sliced turkey, the whole thing. I thought it was great. Listen, just a regular barbecue place in Texas, I got to be honest, is better than most of the barbecue places here in Florida that I've found so far. So I loved it.
Grabthar's Hammer for $15 over on Locals says, hail to the Locals chat. Shout out to Ort, or, and Tree Bear for the glorious memes.
Tree Bear.
We've always got the wild memes over there in Locals.
Tree Bear on Twitter is not good, man. He needs to be stopped. Tree Bear on Twitter needs to be stopped.
I just need to stop being tagged in him, you know? That way
he tags us all in every single one of them.
Logan Johnson for 2. Give me fries any day of the week. Fries are great. Chronicling Mayhem. Hail, do you know what the shovel talk is? 199. The shovel talk?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
also
about.
don't know what the door prize thing is either. That's going around. Somehow I missed it.
The shovel talk. I drawn a blank. Something degenerate. Hollywood's accountant for 199. Ryan, did you secure a Switch 2 yet? I have not secured it. However, there's a possibility.
It's pretty secure.
Yeah. We'll see. In theory, but not necessarily. Thank you, Hollywood's accountant. Have you ever got a 5 hundo super chat, Jay, says Darth Manic?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then. I usually, like, the rule is, like, if I get one on my channel, let me be clear, that I'll put on one of those stupid onesies that I don't know. But yeah.
There you go. Hero of Canton for 2. Is Ryan the only skinny person with fatty liver?
What?
I
How do we know he has a fatty liver?
Where's my fucking liver at? It feels normal. I don't know. Way too dumb for this zit. For 199. That is sacrilege. Jay can't say my name.
I can't. I'm so sorry.
Doug May, is this the gayest musical ever?
Probably.
Actually, probably not by a long shot, to be honest. Dark Knight Rider, betraying a black gay female Jesus, base Judas. Adam Lambert. Sort of a retarded story. Madney for 5. Looking forward to the Prophet Muhammad Superstar play featuring Aisha, his 9-year-old wife. Hollywood loves PDF files, after all.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that will never happen.
Not from any like mainstream type of thing. Certainly
Just
not.
Guess.
Taker, Jay, when is Jeremy's Backwoods, Alabama experience coming to Disney World? Do they have to resolve the lawsuits first?
I'm probably not the correct person to ask about that. You might need to ask him. I don't know.
Will he know?
I don't know anything.
Sell the rights to his life?
Maybe. I don't know. What would that entail anyway?
Fucking eating cold hot dogs and stepping on glass in the fucking trailer park. I don't know.
Throwing poo at each other.
Yeah, throwing dog shit at each other.
Throwing poo at each other for fun.
Cole Hauser for 5. Make Jack Bauer play our savior and send him out to the east for some true end of times. Hey, Jack Bauer is awesome. He might be my entertainment savior. I'm up for another season of 24 if you actually give us 24 episodes. Warren for 2. Jay, did pick up any of the Jaws wine yet?
No, but I do appreciate everyone telling me where to get that.
It's Total Wine.
What's that?
Total Wine.
Yeah. I didn't know like if it was a special. The picture that was shown didn't look like Total Wine because there's also like some weird soda that people seem to not be able to find that's also in that picture. So I don't know if you've seen this. I won't take up too much of your time, chat. But yeah, this is all for the Jaws 50th. I love Jaws, the movie. I've never seen it in theaters. I hear they're bringing it back in August. So I'm looking forward to watching the theaters, even though I've seen it a million times. But this would be kind of fun to have, I think. Make a little section on the shelf. But there's like this blue soda here in the back. I don't know what that is. So I'd love to get this in like that box. See where it says Jaws 50th and the soda. So if anyone finds that somewhere, knows where I could just order it and get it shipped over,
why don't you just go to Total Wine?
Yeah, but like that, they wouldn't have the soda. Like I'm talking about that blue soda in the back. See it?
Maybe they will.
Maybe you're right. That's true. I'll give it a shot. I think that's pretty neat.
What kind of wine is it?
I don't know. I haven't done that much of extensive research, except for it's a red. Here it is. Here. All right, here we go.
Blend or something, probably.
It's a simple. You would think it'd be like Martha's Vineyard Red Blend, but Jaws Amity Island Red Blend. You know, it's got to be one of the worst wines ever. That came from the box of wine that we love to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's only $12, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like specially branded, so it probably does suck, but you can pick it up in Sacramento, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna open it. I'll just put one in the corner. Man, hold on. At Sacramento, it's $12. In Orlando, it's 14. That's weird.
Maybe it's made in California.
Mm.
Shipping costs, bro.
Interesting.
Wow, you're so smart says anybody who chooses red over white has issues. Any man that drinks white wine is a fucking queer. So,
what about champagne?
That's a different story, right? Like that's a completely different subset. If you're out there, if you're a man and you order Chardonnay, you might as well like, bro, take a trip to the fucking Middle East and, you know, go for a ride, bro. Come the fuck on.
I'll have the butterfly Chardonnay with a hint of rose, please. Make sure you serve it in a slim, tall glass so I can see the bubbles.
Yeah,
I've never done that before. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, if you're gonna if you're gonna drink wine, and usually the only time I do is at fucking steakhouses and stuff like that, for the most part. Yeah, dude, I don't care. Well, this pairs. I don't give a fuck. I ain't drinking white wine. Goddamn red wine.
All right, so I made the mistake one time of asking for a pair. You know, it's like you get this steak, and they're like, "What's a good pairing with that?" Yeah, red wine only. What's a good pairing? Oh, we got the best pairing. I was like, all right, I trust your decision. Best pairing. That was the biggest mistake ever. I mean, that freaking glass of wine was like $50. I was like, next time, give me the cheapest. I was like, I probably couldn't tell the difference, to be honest with you. But, man, they were like, this is a nice dry, but it's wet. I don't know. Just give me a beer instead. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, steakhouses, I'm either doing wine or I'm doing like an old fashioned or something, or some sort of liquor, some sort of bourbon of sorts. Never white wine. That's for fucking girls sitting around there drinking and like forgetting about how miserable their lives are and how they want their husband to change or something. Where was I? What?
It's just funny.
Bud, Jay, have you had beer in the butt chicken from Texas? It's the best.
I'm going to be honest. I've never heard of it, nor have I had that. Sorry.
Doug May, the Muhammad place, 7 brides for 1 brother. Thank you. Narrowboat Nige, Jay, go and see Jaws at the movies. I love that film. I remember seeing it back in 75. Do yourself a solid.
I plan on it if they release. Now, the rumor is they're releasing it at the end of August. I don't have anything super official yet, but hopefully I will go see it.
Jay, Google Jaws wine. You'll see the blue soda.
Really? Boy, everyone, a lot of super chats for me today, helping me out. I appreciate it.
Check out the Jaws 50th stuff on Kinginen. Kinginen? Is that a shopping thing? I don't know. Skid Row Chris, Jay, in my neighborhood, wiping's always optional.
That's disgusting.
That's Chris Gore as a homeless man. Bo Briscoe, I'm gay and white wine is too gay for me. Also, I don't like gays, pride, agenda, any of that other woke message. Hey, you have it from a gay man himself right there. White wine's too gay for him.
Is that you in the avatar too, Bo?
I think so.
Rocking that cowboy hat. Yeah. Little Broback Mountain going on.
Brian Ross for 2. I'm an alcoholic, so I'll take anything you give me. That is one way to look at it as well. Yeah, I mean, like in a pinch or whatever, if people are, there's not many drinks that I would just say I'm not drinking that. White wine might be one of them. Hayden Wayne, steak and Merlot, great combination. Also, white wine is sweet as fucking awful. This is coming from a man who likes brunch and mimosas. Dude, mimosas, fucking at a 10:30, 11, bottomless mimosas. I'm all there, bro. I'm all there for that shit. But that's a different category than white wine. I sometimes, if I'm doing Italian, if I'm at a nice Italian restaurant, might do some wine as well. Never white though. It's about the only time where I wouldn't prefer white over something else. Darth Manic for 10. Jay, if I give you 500 on your channel, will you tell Ryan on a G&G 2-minute speech how great he is and his soul can still be saved from eternal damnation?
100%. We'll do it on a daily. I'll just have him sit back and we'll start the timer. 2 minutes.
Thanks, Darth Manic. Take her for 5. Wait, Judas betrays Jesus by kissing him. That's how he identifies with the Romans. We all know that ain't happening with Cynthia and Adam. I think it probably will. I think it has before in like every iteration of this stupid play. So probably will happen, but it will be funny. Adam Lambert kissing Cynthia Erivo. She looks manly enough. I think he can probably handle it. But we got to talk a little bit about Disney, Jay, if I can. Here we go. I think I found it all. Jay, if you remember over the last 2 years, after Bob Iger came back and said, hey, we got to make some changes to everything. While I was gone, even though I wasn't really gone, things really fell apart, but I'm here to button things back up. And that resulted in them announcing massive layoffs. Initially, it was supposed to be 7,000 people that got laid off in 2023. That turned into 8,000. And then Bob Iger said, but don't worry. It was hard. We had to let all these people go, but we're done. We're back to getting focused. Now we can run it just as efficiently as we wanted to. The layoffs haven't stopped over the past years. I think there's been 4 or 5 rounds of layoffs, including a surprise announcement yesterday, a little bit after it got done with the stream. In fact, we found out that, no, the Disney bloodbath is not over. More mass layoffs across television, film, and corporate finance. This came out, like I said, just an hour after we got done with Daily. Unfortunately, we couldn't talk about it on Daily yesterday. Skip this, skip ad, fuck you. Disney layoffs. Disney layoffs cut across TV, film, corporate finance, affecting hundreds of employees. Disney's swinging the axe again, laying off several hundred employees globally across multiple teams. The layoffs are being conducted Monday, affecting teams including both those that handle marketing for both film and TV, publicity, casting, and development, as well as corporate financial operations, sources tell Variety. Disney's positioning the cuts as enhancing its ability to operate more efficiently. Yeah. What else are they going to fucking say?
Sure.
Hey, we need to fucking balance the books. We spend way too much fucking money. We're not bringing in enough money. That's why we did this. No, well, we hurt for the people that aren't around anymore, but, we just thought this would make us more efficient. Of course, that's how they're going to be positioning it. But like I said, this is a consistent thing over the past 2 years. They told us it was going to be bad. They told us thousands of people were going to get laid off, but then they said that was it. This was in 2023. The 7,000 turned out to be 8,000. And then they continued into the next year. Over the last calendar year, I think we've had 5 separate layoffs at Disney. The cuts come just a few months after Disney laid off nearly 200 staffers across its TV and ABC News operations in March, after the company let go 75 across ABC and local stations in October. Last September, the company let go of 300 employees. And in July, Disney pink-slipped 140 employees in the television division. The truth is, this is necessary. This is the result of poor management practices. This is multiple things stacking on each other.
Yes.
1, a bloated fucking company. 2, going all in on streaming, which was a massive failure. By going all in on streaming, really cutting the legs out from under your traditional broadcast and cable television networks, which are now seeing declining numbers, and ads aren't what they used to be on those specific channels. And then, of course, You multiply that by all the missteps they've made, not just in the public and how people don't want to support them anymore, but also at the box office. And you're sitting here as a company with a drastically changed entertainment industry. And despite what they may be saying at all these quarterly earnings reports about how happy they are, how they're looking for growth opportunities and looking to hire people, every time they continue to fire more and more and more. They can't cut enough.
I mean, that's it. Yeah, it's going to get worse and worse if they keep, making crap that nobody wants to buy. Who they need to lay off, honestly, they need to go through every person's that feels that they're an activist in the company and just maybe take that out. Maybe they'll make some changes when that happens. But yeah, that it's just gonna keep. They're just gonna keep firing people to try to save money before they change anything else, and then eventually they'll have no other choice but to change. But the activists have got to go, man. Like they need Doge, man. They need to get Doge in there and figure out why all these ballooned budgets for movies and shows are out there. What's going on with that whole thing? I don't get it. But
yeah, except for Captain America 4, that was only $180 million, Jay. We promise, despite
allegedly.
the multiple rounds of layoffs.
Allegedly.
But yeah, I mean,
some
places
system going on over there, that's for sure.
I mean, places like Pixar. Pixar's got another movie coming out that's looking like it's going to bomb. It's called Elio. They spent almost $300 million on that. It was delayed by over a year because they had to completely overhaul it because they didn't know what they were doing. Pixar is a studio within Disney that they pushed out a lot of experienced people. They pushed out a lot of experienced people to bring in activists, to bring in diversity, to bring in people, not because they were good at their job, but because of the color of their skin or who they like to fuck. That's the reality of the things that happen at Walt Disney Animation and at Pixar. They forced out people that made Pixar what it was when Disney bought it. And now, unless it's something that's attached to something that people already like, say Inside Out 2, a sequel like that. And of course, that's why they're announcing Toy Story 12 and 13 or however many they're going to do, and Frozen 3, because all their original shit over the past several years flops. It's a nightmare.
And it still even changes to their theme parks that make a lot of money, destroying IP such as Star Wars, which I always felt Star Wars should be printing money for them. It's no one's business. Marvel as well. Now we're where people do not even care to watch Disney Plus. They've come out and said Disney Plus is a failure. It is a constant thing with this company. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They need to gut out all the activists and bring back people with talent. Hire people for their talent, not for their hashtags and things that they put flags they fly in their bio. But
yeah, and truthfully, the theme parks and some of the sports deals that they have, those are the things that are carrying the company. Right. Yeah. Whereas traditional linear television, streaming, box office, they're struggling across all these other aspects.
We'll see about the theme parks. When Epic Universe is in full blown motion, we'll see how much that cuts into their market share.
I hope everybody goes to Epic Universe tomorrow because I'm going to be at normal Universal tomorrow. So I can stay away, right? No crowds. It's not new anymore. It's not special. Don't go there while I'm there. That should be the rule anyway.
Ryan will make an announcement on where he's exactly going to be at exactly the same time so everyone can show up.
I'm not doing that. I'm just going to be at Universal and Islands of Adventure tomorrow. Sir Hatford 2, give me a whiskey sour any day. Whiskey sours are great. Really easy to make as well. Whiskey sours, old fashioned, pretty much any drink that has any sort of bourbon or whiskey in it, I'm down for. I'm not a big fan of the super fruity type of drinks, but if somebody puts one in front of me, I'll probably drink that too.
What about with the giant umbrella? No,
I guess I don't like coconut flavored stuff for the most part.
Oh, okay.
So if you give me something that does have coconut, that might be one thing that I'll turn away. But if I'm drunk already, I'll probably fucking drink it.
I will say this though, I really like the Christmas version old fashioned that comes around over the holidays. It's really good. And then like the smoky maple old fashioned is pretty good. They have at Universal.
Well, yes. Any type of fucking smoked old fashioned you can get me, especially if they have one of the things where it's smoke coming out of it and they open the vacuum thing, and I love those. I like the maple old fashions where they give you like a piece
Maple's
of bacon
good,
with it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm definitely a whiskey guy, a bourbon guy in general, but I like my wines red. I'll drink. I am really an equal opportunity consumer of alcohol. Like, with the exception of white wine, I'll fucking drink vodka, whether it's a mixed drink with vodka, whether it's a shot, tequila mixed drink, whether it's a shot, it doesn't really matter.
I'm going to be honest with you, Ryan. I think if you get to a certain point in your drinking, if someone hands you some white wine, you probably will just tear it down, not even know it.
I would like, if I was,
but they would have to hand it to you. That's all I'm saying.
Someone would have to hand it to me. I would have to be desperate to like keep a buzz going. I just don't like white wine. I just don't. I don't fucking get it. It's for women.
Have you ever had apricot wine?
No. I've had blueberry wine. Not a big fan. Never apricot. That's weird.
It's not the worst.
I think something like pink Moscato is girlier than generic white wine. Pink Moscato, fairly girly. I did try a pink champagne. I went to Corbel. You've probably seen Corbel champagne if you haven't drank Corbel champagne before, Jay. But I went to, when I was doing wine tastings in California, we stopped at the Corbel Winery, which does fucking champagne and shit. And they had one specific pink champagne that I tried. But give me the standard champagne for celebratory occasions. I'll suck it down. Darth Manic 66 says deal. Stay tuned. Well, Jay, you're $500 richer.
Well, we'll see.
Graham Robbins for $5. I grew up on a winery farm. We made primarily white wine or blushes, and even I still cannot stand white wine. Give me a dry red wine any day of the week. I'm right with you, Graham. You're a man after my own heart when it comes to wine. Red all the way. Darth Gavel, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney. Thanks, Darth Gavel.
They're doing it to themselves.
Bo Briscoe, yes, Jay, the picture's actually me.
Got the gay cowboy in chat. Respect.
Accident Seller for 20. I prefer Jeremy and Ryan, not this lame Jay person.
Sorry.
Cole Hauser, if you like Jeremy on daily, all you got to do is stay tuned for tomorrow, because he'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cole Hauser for 5. Ryan, remember those old fashions we had at the place when security kicked you off the piano? They were good drinks. I do. That wasn't that long ago. That was at MegaCon. You know when they had the speakeasy thing there at City Walk, Jay?
No.
Yeah. You know the like Irish bar?
Oh, yeah. Around the back.
Yeah.
Area there, like you're heading to the hot dog place. Okay, yeah.
Speakeasy. And me and Cole Hauser were there for a while having some drinks. And yeah, we had some good old fashions there. And I did get security asked me to stop playing the piano. That did happen.
Oh, that's too bad.
Llama Pajamas. I don't have a drinking problem. I have problems, so I drink. Someone who finally understands me. Llama Pajamas. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure we're caught up there. And yes, we are. Maximus, are you retarded? Have to get an "Are you retarded" in there at some point during the stream from our man or woman Maximus. How you doing, Jay?
Life is good, man. Life is good.
Life is good.
I got my jaw sipper. I'm gonna get the I got the jaw sipper. I'm probably gonna try to order some wine after we're done. And just get the whole collection.
Where's the closest Total Wine?
There's one in Orlando somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll get lost finding it, but
you got fucking map.
Yeah. We'll see. A lot of construction going on around here. It gets me very confused. My GPS is all confused because it hasn't calibrated the detour roads and stuff like that. So, but eventually I work myself through it, and we'll get there. And this is also the Switch 2 week. So not looking forward to Wednesday. I don't know how long I'm going to be up sitting in line with Krista.
I don't know either, but we appreciate your suffering, Jay.
Yeah, it's going to be some. I might have to be out there at 7 o'clock and then pick it up at midnight. What am I going to do with myself?
You could stream the line.
Yeah, how exciting. That's true. And it's supposed to, and to make matters worse, they're calling for severe thunderstorms tomorrow, scattered throughout the day. So not only do I might have to get in line early, which doesn't make any sense, because if you've already paid for it, they should just like frisbee it out to you and keep the line moving. I could be dealing with lightning and thunder. Just smells like
while holding an umbrella.
Yeah, a wonderful time.
Bro, lightning ain't gonna hit you. That should never happen.
I just don't want to be like, I don't want my socks wet. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go like full Crocs, probably. Just yeah.
No,
I'm gonna have to dress like I'm going to a a Magic the Gathering competition. So I'll just wear some like oversized basketball shorts, some Crocs.
You gonna bring a lawn chair, like a fold out?
I have them ready to go. I've got some camping. I have some camping chairs.
Or you should like fucking get one of those little grills, make hot dogs and shit there.
Yeah,
on the side of the Best Buy.
I could sell them and probably make some money.
There you go. All right, well, that's what Jay's got planned. We will be back on Thursday.
If I survive, I'll be back on Thursday.
If Jay survives, he'll be back on Thursday. And maybe, potentially, if everything goes right with a bunch of different people involved, potentially on Thursday, there might be a Mario Kart World stream, from my understanding.
A lot's riding on me Wednesday to make that happen.
A lot's riding on Jay. I feel like even if Jay doesn't fully come through, there will still be a stream. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that is it for us today, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out and listening to us babble on and on and on. We'll be back at it on Thursday. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm all caught up there. All right. That's it, guys. Have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.